Hello everyone, this is Sagarika from Campus Technology, a portfolio company of Times Internet. So let me just start with the presentation. Okay. As a millennial, you might be wondering about the career options that you can pursue after completing a Bachelor of Science degree. Well, there are vast options available just for you. But among those options, you have to choose a career that is suitable for you. Don't worry, for that, you don't have to visit n number of sites. This presentation is an attempt to give you a comprehensive overview of the vocation made just for you. So let's dive in. So, as you can see, it is given what is the meaning of BSc. So, according to the Collins Dictionary, a BSc is a first degree in a science subject. BSc is an abbreviation for Bachelor of Science. Below, I have mentioned some of the common Bachelor of Science courses pursued by students. You can also see the subjects like mathematics, biology, chemistry, physics, microbiology, etc. So here I have listed down some of the most common BSc options that students often pursue. You can see BSc Psychology, BSc Biotechnology, Computer Science, Clinical Research, Agriculture, Nursing, Botany, Physics, Chemistry, and Physiotherapy. So I'll give you a brief overview of each one of these and the career options available under them. So under BSc Psychology, you can see I have mentioned a number of roles. So after completing a 4-year undergraduate course in psychology or BSc Psychology, there are a lot of options available for you. As a psychotherapist, you can assist people with different kinds of mental health issues like depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, etc. You can also make use of art therapy or music therapy to stimulate positive feelings in your client. As a psychotherapist, you can be using a lot of therapies which can bring good emotions in your clients, and it can also help them deal with their personal crisis. Social worker. As a social worker, you would be working with people coming from different sectors of society and facing various kinds of humanitarian issues like migration, unemployment, illiteracy, abuse, which can be physical and mental or both. In such a case, you can provide community services to these people and help them find new perspectives. Counselor is a very similar role to that of a psychotherapist, where you mostly would conduct one on one interactions and sessions, which would go on for a long period of time. If you saw your class teacher and considered her your role model, you can try that as well. You can be a psychology teacher and enlighten your students on the various methods that they can employ for the future generations and how psychology can help the society, right? Then you have research roles, which plays a very important role in today's competitive society. As a researcher, you would find out the fresh approaches that can be used to handle mental health crisis among people from different societies and age groups. You can bring some of your Sigmund Freud classes into use. Being acquainted with human psychology, you can explore the field of business consultancy as well and assist firms in making profitable investments. Lastly, I have mentioned career counselor. You can work as a career counselor and assist students and their parents in taking the right vocational path. This is a highly prospective field in today's digital world where each one wants to be the best. So, mostly you would be working with academic educational institutions or academic counseling sessions or with schools. Next, we come to BSc Biotechnology. You can see the picture there and you can imagine yourself as one among those scientists present there discovering new things, right? Okay, so as you can see, biotechnology is a highly technical field, and as a BSc Biotechnology student, it would be much more profitable for you to choose a post graduation or an MSc, which would expand your knowledge base and research abilities. So you can see I have mentioned a lot of career paths that you can choose. As a pharmacist, you would be making medicines or drugs. You could change the older ingredients to bring in new medicines that can help the largest society and the masses. As a biotechnologist, you can produce different food products which are genetically modified. And what do I mean by genetically modified? Genetically modified food means those that the biotechnologists use to make the taste quality better, increase the shelf life of the food and the nutritive value for added benefits. You can also improve the food processing methods. Some of the top MNCs in the world are in the food industry, and you can explore your chances and be part of this lucrative field. You can also see I have mentioned epidemiologist, which is a fairly new term but is a very, very important career in today's world. As an epidemiologist, you would be studying outbreaks and would conduct research to effectively treat various kind of disease and viruses. You would be studying the root cause of infections, the rate of mutations, and levels of contagion. As an epidemiologist, you could be working for government organizations, hospitals, or other research sectors. BSc Computer Science. So, as you can see, the picture here basically shows a segment of artificial intelligence, which is a very, very important thing in today's world, and almost every sector of the society today knows the importance of artificial intelligence. And maybe in a few years, we will depend a lot on it. So, as a BSc Computer Science student or graduate, you can work as a software developer or a data scientist. As an app developer, okay, so let me give you a brief overview. With a number of apps being launched on a regular basis, a lot of companies are in need of individuals with a thorough knowledge of app building and artificial intelligence. You can see the various apps that we have, the food apps, the movie apps, various games, video games, the shopping apps. So these are the apps and how you can make it more customer friendly, how you can make it famous, etc. falls under this. And this is a very, very lucrative field. Next, we come to BSc Clinical Research and Healthcare Management. As the name suggests, this purely deals with health, human health. So here, uh, I would again suggest a post graduation which will enable you to conduct deeper research in the future. But still, I'm just going to mention a few of the career paths that you can take. As a clinical research associate, you can conduct researches and find the benefits and efficacy of drugs, which includes clinical trials and working together with doctors. As a data manager or biostatistician, You would be presenting your research findings and as reports after clinically analyzing those data. This is a very important role in understanding the rate of mutation among patients, the kind of diseases among a particular sector, etc. Next, we come to BSc Agriculture. Oh my god, can you see the picture? That's very appealing, right? And for people who have always wanted to explore the agricultural field, I think this picture really matches the expectations. So, as you all know, India is a highly agrarian. India depends on the agrarian sector, and as one of the most important sector of our nation, agricultural scientists are highly demanded. Firstly, there are a lot of technical fields which are in need today as opposed to the older variations where agriculture was mostly ignored and relegated to the background. Today, agriculture as a field has a lot of opportunities to increase the overall economic revenue of a nation. As a crop trail officer, you would be conducting research and seeing how pesticides, fertilizers, and others have effect on plants and animals on the field. You would be also looking after how to make crops more nutritious and effective and assist the local farmers in producing healthier crops and also increasing their own personal revenues. Similarly, you can also work in food technology companies and make them genetically modified, etc. BSc Nursing, as the name suggests, you would be working as nurses in hospitals. You can be a nursing tutor after gaining sufficient experience in the field and train the younger nurses for the new profession. As a military nurse, you are mostly appointed by the defense forces and would have to look after injured soldiers. Psychiatric nurse mostly are employed in psychiatric wards and deal with patients having various kinds of health issues, mental health issues. BSc Botany, as the name suggests, it deals with plants and how sustainable methods can be employed to protect the environment. You can see I have mentioned a lot of options here: environmental consultant, botanist, ecologist. As you all know, with the high development all around the world and the constructions, a lot of plants are being cut down, forests being reduced, which has adversely affected our climate and the environment. So, as an ecologist, you would be working towards the betterment of the natural world, the natural life, and you would be seeing how plants, uh, more plants could be planted, and how you can protect the society and stop any kind of um, construction which would adversely affect the plant life. BSc Physics, you can be a scientist, a subject matter expert, where you would be writing academic materials for students from the physics background. You can be a content developer, you can be a teacher, a scientist. As a scientist, you will be obviously involved in research activities and various kind of scientific innovations, launching rockets, etc. Chemistry, BSc Chemistry, as you can see, you can obviously have a lot of options in this field. You can be a tutor or professor. So, as a teacher in a school, you can have a plain BSc degree, but as a professor in a college, you need to go for a post graduation and further increase your research ability. You can be a lab assistant and assist your senior uh, scientist in the lab. and learn a lot of new things. You can also be involved in the forensic science department. This is a interesting field as you would be involved in evidence findings, chemical modulations for different kinds of cases, which includes DNA analysis, toxicology, etc. And then lastly, we have BSc Physiotherapy. Physiotherapy, as you all know, with the fast life we have today, a lot of people are facing different kinds of uh, issues regarding walking, breathing, fertility issues, etc. So, physiotherapy as a method can help you deal with a lot of problems. As a physiotherapist in special schools, you would help differently abled children. You can help them by providing manual therapy, education, exercise assistance, and help them manage pain while walking, standing, or sitting. You can also work in multi specialty hospitals and help patients recovering from spinal pain, back pain, knee pain, etc. As you can see, that's a fairly new field, ergonomic care advisor. As an ergonomist, you would be designing equipments and facilities that provide highest level of efficiency, comfort, and health at workplaces. As an ergonomist, you would be promoting both health and productivity at any place of work. This is a fairly new field and a very, very prospective field in today's world. As a physio rehabilitator, you're mostly involved with patients who have uh, been uh, facing severe issues after an accident, and you would be assisting them for rehabilitation, which involves assisting them while walking, standing up, and doing their daily courses as usual. A lot of physio rehabilitators are employed by sports persons because of the frequent injuries they face. So that's it from my side. I tried covering most of the work opportunities available for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.